Hi guys, this is Daniel Alexander Cannon here on Logic Before Authority. And we are going to reveal the secrets of Adam's garden, or the Garden of Eden, right? We're going to reveal the secrets, the hidden symbolism behind all of it. And we're going to do that in this series of 2 videos. In this video, I'm going to read through and show you, just read through it. As I'm reading through it, you'll notice some areas are highlighted in green. Green means it's a specific topic of discussion to help you understand what it means. Anything that's green, there's something I want to talk about. Anything that's red, we need to look up the definition in Hebrew as to what that word means, because it's important. And anything in purple means that I need to show you images to help you understand what it means. Okay? So let's start at the top. What we're going to do is read our way through today, and then tomorrow I'm going to come back and we're going to go through each of the areas that are highlighted. Okay? So let's get started. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the 7th day God ended his work, which he had made. And he rested on the 7th day from all his work, which he had made. And God blessed the 7th day, and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work, which God created and made. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth, when they were created, in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens. So guys, just so you know, I'm recording this off of my cell phone. I'm not in a situation where I can apparently get set up functional like I was before, so we're shooting from the hip a little bit here, but it's the best I can do in this chaos situation I'm in. So let's keep going. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew, for the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth, and watered the whole face of the ground. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight, good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted and became into 4 heads. The name of the first is Pison. That is it, which compasseth the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, and the gold of that land is good. There is bdellium and onyx stone. And the name of the second river is Gihon, or Gihon, actually, I think. The same is it that compasseth the whole land of Ethiopia. And the name of the third river is Hiddekel. Best pronunciation I can do anyways. That is it, which goeth toward the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. And the Lord God took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. And the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him. And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field, and every fowl of the land, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to all fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found an helpmeet for him. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman, or otherwise pronounced woman. A woman. What is a woman? That's my question. But we're going to find out, and I'm going to show you by the end of the next video. So made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Let me read that again. She was taken out of man. Yeah. Let's see if we can do something here for tomorrow. Let me go ahead and highlight that. Let's turn it green. That means we need to discuss it more in detail. Okay? Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh, one complete flesh. And they were both naked, and the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. The reason why I said in a complete flesh is because the verse above that I just highlighted. She was taken out of man. Femininity, the majority, was taken out of man. But we'll get into that tomorrow, right? All right. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. They were naked. We should probably go ahead and define that word as well, which will be red. Okay? All right. Now we're chapter 3, Genesis 3, chapter 3. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Ye, hath God said, ye shall not eat of every tree in the garden? Let's go ahead and highlight subtle. It's a little hard to do it on here. Nope. Nope. It wants to get the wrong word. There we go. Let's look into that word tomorrow. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. And God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, plural, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of them both were opened. They gained the knowledge. Right? They gained the knowledge, actually, that I'm revealing in this video and in the next video, and what went wrong and why it went wrong and what this story really means. It's all pretty much symbolism, and I'm going to explain it all to you. Okay? Here we go again. Their eyes were opened, and they knew that they were naked. Why were they so worried about being naked, you reckon? And why did they sew together fig leaves and made themselves aprons? You know, aprons, kind of like the Freemason apron. And they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God among the trees of the garden. They hid themselves among the symbolic trees of the garden, of the symbolic garden. And the Lord God called unto Adam and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? And the man said, The woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And the Lord God said unto the woman, What is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. Let's go ahead and highlight beguiled. I think that would be appropriate. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and shalt bruise his heel. And that would be highlighted, but it only allows you to do three highlights in each verse. So I'll remember that though, because that's important. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over the woe man. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened, you have listened unto the voice of thy wife, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of the woe man, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground, for out of it wast thou taken, for dust thou art, and unto the dust. What's happening here? Sorry. And unto the dust shalt thou return, the dust, the soil, the clay, the dirt, the roots, the everything that's there. We are it, and it is us. Like I've explained before, your stomach is the ground in your world, which is your body, because you are in the image of God. And Adam called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all living. Unto Adam, let me back up. Because she was the mother of all living. Ask yourself at this point, who has she given birth to? Or is this story talking about all of humanity? Let's go ahead and put a little highlight there. Also, so that way I can explain it more in detail. Unto Adam also and to his wife did the Lord God make coats of skins and clothed them in skin. Right? And the Lord God said, behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever. What are they trying to do right now? Are you aware? They're trying to live forever. They're fulfilling this right now. But we'll talk about that more tomorrow. Therefore, the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden. He went forth. Which way is forth? I think we need to make sure we know. So let's take a closer look at that word tomorrow too, which I already know which way it is. So forth from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out man, and he placed at the east. He sent him forth. Which way is forth? Forward. East. where the sun rises is Ford, fourth. Okay? And he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword. Obviously, we got to highlight that so we can talk about that in depth. Is it going to let me save that one? It did. Let me see if it'll let me save this one. Cherubims. Okay. All right, so at the east of the Garden of Eden, cherubims and a flaming sword. I'm going to explain to you exactly what that is and what it means, both of them, which turned every way. This flaming sword, think of your tongue. Which way does it turn? Every way, to keep the way of the tree of life. Chapter 4, Genesis 4, chapter 4. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived, and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of the sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. Where was Adam sent? He was sent to till the ground. He was a tiller. And in the process of time, and tiller means something, let me go ahead and highlight that. Not that, that. And in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground and an offering unto the Lord. And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. And yes, we're probably need to talk about that a little bit because, well, again, it's important. So we're going to talk about the flock and the fat thereof. Okay, let's put that as green. And then what happened? Well, I'll fix it. It'll be there for tomorrow. Let's keep going. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. So why is that? We'll get into that tomorrow. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. So you want to know who the Rothschilds are? And why they're Roth? And why their name is Rothschild? Who is the Rothschild? He's not just one child, actually. He is the Roth children, or they are. Anyways, we'll talk more about that. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield until thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can beat. Behold, thou hast driven me out of this day from the face of the earth, and from the face shall I hide, or shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me. I could go on and read the rest of this, which I'm probably going to read some more of it tomorrow to bring all the meanings together. But I'm going to end this here because this is the main area of study, these 3 chapters that we're going to go through in depth on each of the definitions of the words, the imagery of the symbolism and what it means, and also get the definitions of various words and understand them for what they are. All right, guys, until the next video, which hopefully will be tomorrow. Unfortunately, there's still substantial hardship in my situation, so hopefully it will be tomorrow. I pray. All right, guys, I love you. I look forward to doing this with y'all guys tomorrow. Our Father in heaven loves you. And if you're inclined so to continue supporting my work, please see the links below the video, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye until then.